What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we'll be exploring some powerful tips to help you boost productivity, whether you're starting your first job or just learning how to code. In today's fast-paced world, it's more important than ever to be productive and make the most of your time. That's why I've compiled some of my favorite productivity tips that have helped me and countless others with increasing efficiency in the workplace and with personal projects. Whether you're a student, a new employee, or just someone looking to level up their skills, these tips are designed to help you achieve your goals faster, with more efficiency, and with less stress. So, without further ado, let's start diving into these productivity tips so you can increase your output today. The first productivity hack I want to bring up is knowing your way around the terminal. Wait, that's not right. This is the right terminal. All jokes aside, you want to really know your way around the command terminal. This is a pretty important tool that you're going to be using throughout your career as a software developer. For instance, for me, I really didn't understand that many things about the terminal. And when I started my first job, when we were setting up my projects, Docker, and Postgres, I really had no idea what was happening. My developer coworkers were the ones that were helping me set up the projects, and they had to tell me every single command that I had to run from the terminal to set up the projects. I honestly felt dumb. I felt like I wasn't prepared, and I really hope that you can take something from this that you should definitely learn. Even the basic commands, you should know how to make a directory. You should know how to move files to one directory to another. You should know how to start VS Code through the command terminal. You should know how to open your projects as well through the command terminal. There's a lot of things that you should know before you start your first job. This is going to be very helpful in boosting your productivity. The best way to get better at using the command terminal is to just stop doing things manually. Instead of opening VS Code manually and opening your projects through VS Code, you should do it all through the terminal. Just practice doing that and just stop doing things manually, and you'll get better at the terminal. And another thing that you could possibly do is just put some post-it notes up on top of your desk or somewhere on your desk with the basic commands. This could be a great way for you to just look down at them if you forget what the commands are. That way you can just easily see them. And the more you do that, the more you're going to just memorize them. So if you're learning how to code or you're in your first job as a developer, you should get comfortable with the command terminal. You should know your way around it very well. The second productivity tool that I want to bring up is just knowing the shortcuts in VS Code. VS Code is probably the most important tool that a software developer is going to use because it's the tool you're going to use the most. So you should know the shortcuts. It's also going to be the tool that's going to help you shave off the most wasted time. Using shortcuts in VS Code is going to allow you to complete tasks more quickly than using menus and mouse clicks. This is especially true for repetitive tasks such as navigating through files, looking for code snippets, or just debugging in general. Also, knowing the keyboard shortcuts just helps you work more efficiently in the fact that you don't have to switch from keyboard to mouse. You can just keep your hands on the keyboard. This also helps you avoid distractions and other interruptions. Lastly, in a job market that's very hot right now, knowing the keyboard shortcuts in VS Code is going to demonstrate your proficiency and mastery of skills that you use, and this is ultimately going to put you at a higher advantage over other applicants for the jobs that you apply for. For me, when I first started my job, I didn't really have a good idea of what the VS Code shortcuts were. There was a project that I was working on when I was first starting to convert class-based components to functional components in React. I had to go through every component one by one to remove all the words this, and I didn't know that there was a shortcut to where I could replace all of the words with just one click of a button. And that was just insane to me when my boss showed me, and it made me really think about all the wasted time that I spent trying to go through each component and taking away all the class-based keywords. The third tip that I want to bring up is just keeping notes, whether that's keeping notes on your phone, a laptop, or just on a notebook that you keep. I personally like writing my notes on a notepad, but depending on who you are, you will like whatever you like. Some of the things that you're going to want to write in your notebook are the projects that you have to work on, the projects that you're currently working on, and the projects that you've finished. You're also going to want to include some of the accomplishments you've had and some of the things that have made you struggle. Not only is this a great way to keep you on track, it's a great way to organize the work that you've done and make sure that you are being productive every day, showing the accomplishments and all the projects that you've finished. This will also come in handy when your boss is asking what projects you're currently working on and projects that you've completed. Also, it can come in handy during your daily stand-up in the morning when you go over all the tasks that you completed the day before. You'll be able to whip the notebook out to show off all the projects that you did the day before. This is ultimately a great thing that I've started doing when I got this job. I knew I wanted to keep track of all the things that I was doing, so I decided to keep a notebook, and it's been a great way to help me boost my productivity and hold me accountable throughout the days. The fourth productivity tip that I want to bring up is to just know Git. I came into my first job with just a basic understanding of Git, which really didn't help me out a lot. Git is one of the most important tools that you're going to use on the job, and knowing Git will greatly benefit you when you start your first job on a team with developers. For instance, when I first started, I had no idea how to solve merge conflicts. I didn't know how to merge branches. I didn't know how to create a branch from the terminal. These were just things that I didn't know, and when I had these problems in the beginning, I had to ask my boss to walk me through them. Just don't be like that. You should come into your job having a good understanding of how Git works. Learning Git is definitely one of the most overlooked tools that you need to know as a software developer. It's very important when working on a team. So if you don't know it, or if you only have a basic understanding of it, you should get a better understanding. That way you don't have to waste time when you're starting your job trying to learn it. The fifth and final tip that I have for you is to just learn how to type. If you're a person like me who just grew up and continued to just type with two fingers, you should probably take some typing classes. If you're going to be a computer programmer, you're going to be on a keyboard all the time, so you should go ahead if you're just starting to learn, or if you already have your job. It's never too late to learn how to type. But if you are trying to become a programmer, you should go ahead and take a typing class if you haven't already. You should be good at typing, and you should be fast at it. That is going to greatly benefit you in your productivity as a computer programmer. And that's it for today's video on boosting productivity for beginners in coding and in their first job. We've covered some essential tips to help you work more efficiently and effectively, from using keyboard shortcuts in VS Code and from taking notes in your day-to-day work. Remember, productivity is a skill that can be learned and improved upon, and these tips are just the beginning. By incorporating these skills in your day-to-day routine, you can become a more productive and successful developer. Thank you for watching, and if you have any other tips or productivity hacks that you swear by, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one.